Hello everybody, and how are you doing? Now, yesterday on Twitter I found one of the funniest things I've seen in quite a while, and surprise surprise, that funny thing comes from Sony. Well, it's an article about Sony anyway, and the fact that Sony have patented an autoplay mode. The mode could allow players to skip over selected gameplay segments.
You serious?
Now, killing me stupid, but the whole reason to actually play a video game is to actually play a video game, to feel challenged and overcome them challenges. And don't get me wrong, there are some video games out there, especially from Sony, that don't have that level of challenge. And a lot of PlayStation first party titles play themselves anyway, because most of them are full of cutscenes, such as God of War Ragnarok, such as The Last of Us Part 2. I could go on and on and on, but a lot of Sony's games are pretty boring in general. Even though sometimes, yes, them games can be enjoyable to some people. I've personally enjoyed some of them games myself, such as God of War Ragnarok. But I can't overlook the fact that there's a lot of cutscenes in that game, and a lot of bloat that doesn't need to be there. It was a 38-hour plus experience that could have been 20 hours if it wasn't for all the fucking cutscenes in that game. There is a lot. But to have an autoplay mode that plays the game for you, what's the point of buying the video game at that point? You might as well watch your favourite streamer / YouTuber play the game. And then from Cabooses, this article says Sony considers letting AI play the games for you with a new pattern.
What? What the fuck?
Now, I don't know what's actually going to happen. Is it going to skip the sections altogether, or are you going to watch it play out or let AI do it for you? Again, just watch your favourite streamer / YouTuber play the game at that point. Even if you are unable to play games for whatever reason, I still wouldn't pay $70 or 70 British pounds for a video game just to let it be played out for you.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
The reason we pay money for these games is to have the experience and experience the challenge for ourselves. Now, to be fair, in the comments section I was expecting to see actual degeneracy and PlayStation fanboys rooting for this. But, in all fairness, most of the comments sounded a bit like this. This sounds awesome, I can finally skip the MJ sequences in Spider-Man, which is actually a valid point. You can skip the bullshit sections that you don't want to see in the games that were bad in the first place. So, yeah, I agree with that one. Maybe now you can finally enjoy Spider-Man 2 because the game is absolutely fucking garbage. And then this one, journalist mode, which is even better because journalists love an easy game that they can finish really fast so they can get their fucking impressions about the game out there as quick as possible and before anybody else on YouTube, so now they can just let the game play itself and then tell you that the game is good or it's absolute shit. So you can see the very big downside to this AI possibly playing the game for you, where journalists now can let PlayStation play the games for them and then bullshit to you even more than they already do on YouTube and on Twitter how the game is. Now, isn't that great? I can imagine this being a journalist's wet dream actually, because they have been absolutely trash at their jobs recently with everything that's going on in the gaming industry. There's only a very few journalists out there that I actually would recommend, and I mean I can count them on one hand probably, because the amount of shit they come out with these days, it's just not worth listening to. These days I put my trust more in watching streamers / YouTubers and seeing what the game is like for yourself, or if you're very flush with cash and you don't mind, buy the game, and if you're on Steam you can refund it within 2 hours anyway. Even better, a lot of demos come out these days, such as Stellar Blade had an amazing demo, made me want to buy the game, giving me a reason to turn on my PlayStation for a change, and I have bought Stellar Blade and I am going to play it on release. I can't wait for it. But AI playing the game for me, that is not for me at all. I like to feel the challenge. I like to learn enemy patterns, boss patterns. I don't mind replaying the same boss over and over and over again, just getting beaten the shit out of, finally overcome that challenge. And this is why I like From Software's games so much, because they have actually given me a hell of a challenge. And recently I've been playing No Rest for the Wicked, and that game doesn't pull punches, does not hold your hand at all, and it is difficult to learn, but it's my kind of fun. But just to say that it's not for everyone. Some people like the easier experiences. They like the kind of games that Nintendo offer, which you get those easy experiences. But to have the game play for you, that is definitely not for me. There was going to be another part of this video, but I've had to keep it pretty short today due to time constraints, and I have a busy schedule and stuff needs to be done. So let me hear your thoughts about this. What the hell do you think about games actually playing themselves for you on your console or your PC or anything? Because, well, Sony have patented this, and now Sony is becoming part of the PC platform also, moving all their games forward, and also now having the PlayStation overlay coming to Ghost of Tsushima. So this could possibly roll over to PC as well, only to the PlayStation side I'm guessing. But I think this is absolutely ridiculous. If I'm paying $70, £70 for a game, I want to be playing that game. I don't want it to play itself. So I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Press a like, share and subscribe, and that'll do it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys in the next one.